we've got another first for the channel. In this box is the first knife that we have received in collaboration with Kansept. I've had a Kansept and a Tenable link for a couple of months now, but this is the first knife that I ever got working with Kansept, and this is one that I am very excited about, completely different from anything I have been showing. You're going to want to see this one. Stick around. What's up, Cripple Crew? EDC with DBD, disabled but deadly. And like I said, this is the first knife that we have got in partnership with Kansept. I got this Kansept Main Street from BEDC, and I had a Kansept and a Tenable link, and you guys have used that a couple of times. But I hadn't got anything from Kansept directly. And they hooked me up with a 50% off discount code. And I picked up one of their new October releases. It's a different version of a knife I've really wanted to check out. Quite a bit different from anything I've brought to you before. And before I get into that though, make sure that you stab that like button, like you mean it, /subscribe. I'd love to have you here. You're not going to want to miss all the dope knife and EDC content coming your way. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at EDCwithDBD. Don't forget, drop a comment below. Let me know what's in your pockets. Not only do I like to know what you guys are carrying, but your interaction with my videos helps that YouTube algorithm. All right, enough of that. So, we're going to get right into the box now. And what we are looking at, see if we get that focus, is a Kansept Korvid S. 2.9-inch blade from Koch Tools. And we're looking at the gold-coated 14C28 blade with white G10. We've got a, two-stage box here. And the Korvid S, the Korvid line has, I believe, 4 different main Korvids now. You have the Korvid, the mini Korvid is the smallest. Then you have the Korvid M, it's like the medium size. The Korvid XL is a big old cleaver. And then the Korvid S is their fixie. So when we open it up, first we get the Kansept paperwork with a new Kansept cloth. There's their socials there if you want to pause that. And then of course you get all of their paperwork with the warranty and all that stuff with knife care. Some pictures on the back that don't really mean much. Decent microfiber cloth in a different color than any other I've got. We've got our sheath, which I'm very happy to say is a taco style sheath, because this knife is made to be dropped into a pocket. A pancake style sheath would take up a lot more room in the pocket. And then we have our knife. This, as we move all this junk out of our way, not junk, but stuff out of our way, is the Korvid S fixed blade in white G10 and rose gold 14C28N. And let me tell you right now, this fits my hand so much better than I thought. This feels fantastic. What we're looking at is a handle length of 3.79 inches with a 2.9-inch blade length. They list the overall length at 8.76 inches, which is obviously a typo. We would actually be looking at, 6.7 inches overall, roughly. So definitely a compact EDC size fixie. I'll get you some size comparisons in a minute. But then we've got 2.9 inches of rose gold 14C28N with a 2.56 inch cutting length. Our blade stock thickness is 118 thousandths. And we're looking at a pretty tall flat grind, which feels like a pretty slicey edge that we'll check out here in a minute. We do have Torx construction. Looks like T8s. Correct. T8s. So you can remove these handles to clean it if you need to. Full tang construction, which is going to provide a lot of strength. There's no failure point other than snapping the blade or breaking an edge. Grip length, because of that finger choil, and I'm choked all the way up on it, and that edge is not catching my finger at all. But I have a full 4-finger grip. I do have some room back here. I can bring it back to this area right here and still get a 4-finger grip on the knife. We do have a lanyard spot back here, which is nice on smaller fixed blades just because it gives you a little bit more grip length, a little more control, but this one doesn't really need it. In this saber grip, right on the jimping or up here in that thumb divot, I've got so much control of that blade. It's also a great size for a pinch grip, and that low tip with that cleaver style blade is going to be very good for utility style cuts, cutting open packages. It's also going to be great for long slicing through cardboard, stuff like that. You do have the full blade is you do have all belly, but it's very slight. Still good enough to get down onto a flat surface in a pinch grip if you needed to cut some rope or something and didn't have a block to put it up on. Let's check that factory edge real quick. Oh yeah. It's not tearing, it's not lifting at all. It's slicing through very nicely. 14C28N is, at this price, one of the best, if not the best deals you can get. This knife comes in at just under $50 in this configuration. There is quite a few configurations at different price levels, but this particular one is just under 50 bucks. And 14C28N is probably the best blade steel you're going to get to that price range. It's going to give you decent edge retention, but the nice thing about it is it's very easy to strop back up in between sharpenings. It's going to be a very tough steel. It's a good steel to use for a fixed blade because of its toughness, and it's very corrosion resistant. Now we've got the rose gold finish on it, which is going to help with that as well. But even without that, it's a very corrosion resistant finish. It's also going to be pretty easy to sharpen up at home. I have quite a bit of 14C, and it's one of the easier ones for me personally to sharpen up on my work sharp system. I like this fuller running both sides of the blade, which helps with weight reduction, but it also looks very good. Oh yeah, this comes in at 4.3 ounces without the sheath, or 5.71 with the sheath. So very good weight for a fixed blade. Our sheath, nice positive retention with a click you can hear. The slightest rattle. I wonder if it's the pocket clip. I don't know. The tiniest rattle, but no movement. No movement at all. I love this taco style sheath because it keeps it as minimal as possible while still giving us plenty of mounting spots for the pocket clip they include, an ulti clip, a tech lock. It looks like we have some different space, some different lengths, so you can use a tech lock style if you wanted to. They've included a pocket dropping clip, which is what I would want on this knife. I don't feel like this is going to have enough retention for me to be able to pull the knife out of my pocket without pulling the sheath out. We're going to try that right now. goes in the pocket very easily. And the only thing that sticks out of the pocket is part of the white handle. So it'd be very covered by any t-shirt. Yes, if I don't purposely push off like so, it pulls that whole clip up out. I can definitely pull it out. I can use that as a pocket dropper. And as long as I use my thumb on the provided thumb ramp right here, I can push off and pull this out of my pocket without pulling the sheath. But if you're wanting to be able to just quick draw it without pulling the sheath out, you're going to want to switch to a different clip. I want to get an ulti clip and try running it with an ulti clip as a pocket dropper. But obviously, if this was clipped to your belt horizontally or vertically with a tech lock style clip, it would not go anywhere. You could pull the knife out without any issue. This would carry pretty comfortably appendix style carry, which is where I normally carry my fixed blades. But I'm going to try this one as a pocket dropper first, both in my right front pocket and also my right rear pocket. I don't think I'm going to... My right front pocket is also where my phone goes. So I don't know that I'm going to like reaching past this to get to my phone. But I'm going to try the right front and the right rear. I think this is probably going to end up being a right rear pocket dropper for me. But the sheath is done very well. The Kydex sheath, we do have a drainage hole. You could hang it as a neck knife if you wanted. The sheath is done very well. I love the texturing on this G10. These lines also add grip. But the texturing on the G10 is subtle enough that it's not rough on your hands, but it provides a very good grip. See, our spacing all the way around looks the same, and it's all done nice and smooth. That feels good all the way around. You are going to get some black spots here on those corners from going in and out of this sheath with white G10. Now, sometimes you'll be able to scrub some of it off, but it is going to leave a couple of marks that will rub on that white G10. But it's just going to add character to the knife, I think. And this is a great candidate for RIT dyeing the scales, because white you can dye to any color. So, this could get RIT dyed in the future, but I do like the play of that rose gold bronzish finish off the white G10. If I was looking for nitpicks, the pocket clip, definitely the clip. I don't like the retention of this clip, but I like that they gave us a pocket style. And again, you can get around it by using the thumb ramp, and the sheath will stay in your pocket. So it is doable. It's not hard, but a pocket clip with a little bit better retention could be nice. Maybe chamfering these edges a little bit, but they're not uncomfortable at all. So I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm not feeling that at all. I'm comfortable in every grip. Our plunge grind, I mean, it does stay wide for a little bit, but we have a lot of life. A lot of life to sharpen off that blade. The sharpening choil is, because of that finger choil, done very well. Without carrying it yet, I'm finding no nitpicks other than that pocket clip. And I think at $50 for 14C28N, this is a great deal. I would absolutely recommend this knife based off of my initial feelings. And I have 14C28N from Tenable, which is Kansept's budget brand, and it's done very well. I have no doubt that their 14C is done well. 14C28N, one of the nice things about it is it's very easy to heat treat in big batches. So I'm not worried that this 14C is not heat treated properly because it's coming from Kansept. So I would absolutely recommend this for if you're looking for a pocket dropper or belt carry fixie and you don't want to go big. This is a great option. I'm going to give you a couple size comparisons. Let's start off with the Raccoon from North Mountain Blade. And as you can see, we are a very, very similar size to the North Mountain Blade Raccoon, which I have carried extensively and am a huge fan of. Also, one of my favorite EDC fixies, the Kubi Dust Devil by Tempest. Again, almost the exact same length. So it's right at that perfect length that I really, really like. Show you a couple more fixies that are going to be a little bit bigger. Here is the Civivi Elementum fixed blade, which has definitely an inch or more on the Korvid S. And currently on my belt, the TakCom Marlin. Definitely a longer knife with quite a bit more blade than the Korvid, the Korvid S. Got about an inch on it overall. But the Korvid S definitely does have it a little bit in ergos. This is a very comfortable knife, and I highly recommend this. My code brings this down to $40. Great knife. That one's in D2. So there's some size comparisons for you, and this is exactly what when I picture an EDC fixie that you can easily use every day. This is the size I look for. I will absolutely recommend this knife, but it's going to get carried with the current pocket clip until I get an ulti clip. I might also try it appendix carry on my belt because you guys know I love that. But you'll get some more thoughts on it after I've carried it for a bit. But pulling it out of the box, I am very, very happy with this knife. And I'm glad I'm working with Kansept now. Hopefully get to bring you guys a lot more dope stuff from them. I can't wait to use this knife for the next couple of weeks. Don't forget that to check out my TikTok, because on Thursday the 24th at 10 we're doing a 1K giveaway. Make sure you check out TikTok at EDCwithDBD. Hope everybody has a killer day. Stay safe, stay frosty, most importantly, stay deadly.